Do you ever just think to yourself and you're like,
jeez, I'm in a reading slump. God. And that's because I am. I have been in a reading slump for the last few days and I've been struggling to read, which is honestly astounding because of the fact that I read so much and now I'm just in a reading slump. But that's probably just because I'm burnt out in other areas of my life, like with work and everything, and it's just seeping in. But it probably also didn't help that I did read a really good book, which is A Thread Glass. And I feel like that has put me in such a severe reading slump that I don't even want to read the other books in this series because I love this book so much. I give it 5 stars. I'm even thinking of giving it a 6 stars, which I've only ever given like 2 books 6 stars, which would be this one and the Poppy War series, because I just count that as one entire book in a way, because I don't want to give like all of them 6 stars. I just count like the series as one entire 6-star read. So the fact that this would be my second 6-star read is honestly kind of astounding. But since I'm in a reading slump, I'm trying to find some books that I think would help get me out of it, which is one we have, Once Upon a Broken Heart. Don't know what this little guy is on the chopping block. You know, I don't know if it's a good book, if it will help me, or if it will just further plummet me into the ground. Next one we got is The Gilded Cage. Now this one might actually make my reading slump worse. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I wasn't hooked with The Prison Healer. Like, I liked it, but I didn't like inhale that book so fast, and it took me quite a while to actually get through the entire thing. And I'm gonna be completely honest, it didn't really intrigue me enough to buy the second book, and if my friend's mom didn't buy me this, I probably wouldn't have brought it myself. But I've heard good things about it, so I'm hoping that maybe the second one will be the one that gets me into the book. And number 3, A Court of Mist and Fury. Now, this one, I haven't read the first book in literally like 5 months, so I'm kind of scared to get thrown back into this world when I haven't even picked up like the first book in 5 months, so I'm a little scared. But I'm hoping that any one of these 3 will help get me out of a reading slump and I won't have to suffer so much. But I'll bring you guys along and you guys can actually see if that will work or not. I'm trying to pick which book I'm going to bring with me to work, because I like to bring one physical book with me to work. And I think that this is the top contender at the moment. The blurb seems very intriguing. I really like the pink cover and like the little like hologram of gold, like the little reflection. I think it's really cute. Very excited. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to read the Carnival series though before this, but I got this because this one looks a lot cuter than the Carnival series. So I'm gonna read this one. Look at this. Look at this, everyone. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like this. Oh, wait. I should probably. Wait. There are some boobies. So I should probably, get rid of those. But, oh my god, look at that. Look at that. Oh. This looks. Like, I didn't even flip the page and I just went, oop. This looks so good. It looks amazing. Look how pretty this looks. Like, I'm so excited to be reading this. Okay, as you guys know, I'm currently in a severe reading slump, which is amazing. So it is day 1. I am page 137 of Once Upon a Broken Heart. I'm really enjoying this. Is it like making me like get sucked into the world? No, but it's very easy and digestible. So I feel like I can just sort of like read 10 minutes here, read 10 minutes there. And I've read for about, I'd say like about an hour, maybe an hour and a half today. And I've gotten that far, which is really, really good. I love this cover. I'm not gonna lie to you, I love this cover. I think it's so pretty. I think it's so cute. We got my little cat here keeping me company as I'm reading this book. I think it's lovely. I'm very excited. I'm not even halfway through the book, and I'm wondering like how the ending is gonna go, but we'll see how that goes. I'm not gonna lie to you all, like, the reading slump is hitting really hard, because usually I would finish this book today. I can usually read a book a day, and I'm kind of devastated that this is taking me so long, because, like, geez, it sucks. It does. And I've only read, like, 1 book this month, and we're on day 14, so I'm devastated. So, let's get into some reading, and I'll let you know what I think of it.
ended up just reading Beach Read by Emily Henry. I'm about 70% of the way through. Before I was about 50, just under 50. So now I'm onto the right amount. And so I have about 30% left, so I should hopefully get that done tomorrow. I'm gonna go study tomorrow because I'm thinking of going and doing my Bachelor of Law next year. So I need to study my foundation course and also my certificate for real estate and mortgage broking. So we'll see how that goes. But since I have tomorrow off, because I'm really not well, I was like, may as well go study and make my day off worth it, I suppose. But I also want to read and have some fun, so let's get to it. I'm having one of those moments where like just everything is severely over, like I'm understimulated and nothing is like getting to me. I don't know if it's just because I read this and I now want to, like, it's not like I want to continue this, but it's getting a lot better and it's making me like this series a lot better. Because I'm now up to, I think, page like 120 and I read like a good like 70 pages this morning. I don't know, like I'm liking this a lot better than the first book, I'll be completely fair. Everyone loved the first book and I felt like I wasn't like, not like I didn't like it, it just wasn't like, I wasn't getting sucked into the world like other books I've read. But this one's getting really good though, and I'm very intrigued on how it's gonna go. Because, you know, she kind of has to, like, at some point during the book, she's gonna have to pick a side. I don't know which side she's gonna pick, and I'm hoping she picks the one that I want to pick, but I don't know. And I'm only not even a fourth of the way through the book, so I don't even know if she'll pick my choice or not. But I'm liking it so far, and it's really interesting. At the moment, I'm gonna have to do some more studying, which sucks, and then I'll have to maybe finish this. I think I'm hoping to maybe finish this at some point. I don't think I'm going to finish it this week though, by the end of the week, which means I've only read one book this week, which is kind of sad. Okay, I kind of gave up on like counting the amount of days that I sort of read or what day it was when I was reading, but it's been a little while, a couple of days. I ended up finishing Once Upon a Broken Heart, which I gave 5 stars. It did help me get out of a reading slump slightly, but I'm still severely in one, which is really bad. So I ended up, yeah, I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. Really enjoyed Eveline's and Jack's romance. Thought it was really cute. Even though it's not really a romance, it's sort of like breadcrumbed, but you can sort of see what they would be like if they were somewhat dating. So I'm hoping that maybe they get together by the end of the 3rd book, because this is the first book. And I told myself if I read another 3 books this week, I would reward myself and buy the 2nd book to this, because honestly, look at this cover. And you know, look at this cover for the 2nd book. Amazing. Love it. You know, spectacular. Anyway, but, you know, it was a good read after obviously finishing Through in a Glass before this, because I read this one and I read this one after, so it's very good, very tasty. I have to buy the rest of the series now, and I obviously don't want to buy each of these books singular, so I'm going to save up to buy the entire series and then maybe give this one to like Goodwill or some sort of like salvos, so that someone else can maybe get this, you know, and donate, which would be really good. I also ended up finishing Survive the Night by Rayleigh Sager after this one, and I gave this one like 3/3.5 stars. I haven't fully decided on what rating I was going to give this. It was kind of disappointing, and it sort of like pulled me back into my reading slump, as badly as it sounds. I really liked it, and I liked the premise, and I liked the plot of the book, but it sort of just did an entire plot twist around 50% of the way, so it made you believe this whole like, and this is the whole point of thrillers, like I understand thrillers, I love thrillers, it's one of my favorite genres, but the ending, specifically the last 10% of the book, I was just not anticipating, and I didn't see any small hints. Usually, it's either I can 1, guess the plot twist, or 2, I'm shocked, but I can see the small little hints it was giving me along the way, and that sort of all makes sense at the end of the book. This one, I just didn't see any of the dots, and I'm convinced that there weren't any hints, which was very upsetting, because I did not like the ending. Which is sad. I'm gonna read more of his books though, because I did like the premise, and I'm hoping that maybe it was just a bad book, and that his other books aren't like that, because I really liked it. Like, I really liked the premise, and I liked the characters, and I liked the little quirks they all had, but it's just kind of devastating how it ended, and how the last half of the book ended. It was is not that great. Obviously I'm still in the reading slumps. This is gonna be The Gilded Cage by Lynette Noni. Is probably the next book I'm gonna continue. I'm a little worried because obviously Dimox had a sale and I got this book because it was on sale. And I was like, buy 3 get 2, get it for the price of 2. And obviously I like the Prison Healer, but the Prison Healer world hasn't like made me devour the book. Like it's just sort of one of those books I've sort of just picked up as I go sort of thing. And if Dimox didn't have the challenge, I probably wouldn't have brought the second book. So I'm hoping that maybe the second book will get me into this world a lot better, and maybe the third book will do even better. I'm also in the middle of Beach Reads by Emily Henry. Sorry. I'm about nearly 50% of the way through. I'm really enjoying it. It's very easy to read, very digestible. I'm hoping that these 2 books will hopefully get me out of my reading slump, and I'm gonna be out of it by next week. I'm hoping, I'm praying. You know, when you're in a reading slump, it sucks. So I'm hoping that a book will help me get out of it, or else I'm just gonna probably take like a week off and then see how that goes. I'm not entirely sure. I want to apologize for how sort of all over the place that video was. I sort of filmed it like within 2 weeks, like all over the place within 2 weeks. So this is like my little outro specifically where I talk about 2 books. So I ended up finishing Beach Read as well, but I didn't really talk much about it, or I didn't really film the part where I reviewed it. Now I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, mostly just due to the fact I did not like, I'm now sort of like maybe going to 3.5 just because I really did not like how Gust was like never really communicated much, you know, in that part where like at the end, you know which part I'm talking about, where he just sort of ghosts you, or ghosts the main character for like, I think it's like when it was like 90% of the way through the book and he just ghosted her and he was just like unsure and whatever. I did not like that. I was like, what the fuck you mean you're unsure? You've been with me for the last 2 months and you're unsure? Anyway, you know which part I'm talking about when you read it. Which sucked because I really liked Emily Henry's style. I just don't know why that was specifically, like, Gus was this, like, dude who sucked at communicating. But yeah, as you can see, it's been about, like, a month since I filmed this video, and, like, I got new glasses, I look snazzy, you know, I look great. I also want to talk about, I didn't finish The Gilded Cage. I only just finished that today, which is, like, 4 weeks after this video. I just wanted to talk about specifically the reading slump and how I was so unsure about this book. I really love this book. I give this book 5 out of 5 stars. Just finished it today. I finished it because I needed to film another video for this week for YouTube, because I only just started getting out of my reading slump now after 4 weeks, which is devastating if you think about it. But yeah, so I give this book 5 out of 5 stars. I know I kind of like, I didn't really say I would like trash talked it, but you can see in this video I was really unsure if I was just gonna like it because I wasn't really too fond of the Prison Healer. I really liked this book. The Prison Healer I wasn't too fond of just because there wasn't really too much like character development in that book, and it's just sort of like didn't really tell me who they were as people really. This one, obviously a lot more character development, a lot more of high risk, a lot more just like stuff being compacted into this book, which is what I really loved. I'm really scared for the final book, The Blood Trader, after the cliffhanger in this book. Like, Lynette Noni she's just known for her cliffhangers, so like, not really spoiling anything, there's just a huge cliffhanger. I'm really scared for the third book, I'm not gonna lie. And I sort of realized mostly what's causing my reading slumps is if I take too long reading a book or if I wait too long in between books. So obviously I'm now going to start reading The Blood Trader just to try and get through it as soon as possible. And that's why this week I've given myself another challenge when I'm filming this video. Obviously this video was filmed 4 weeks ago. This week my challenge is either finishing series I'm in the middle of, or 2, getting into the middle of series that I've started but have not continued. So that's my little challenge for the week. But yeah, so, no, Leo, don't you dare play with the camera. But yeah, so that's really it. You'll be seeing another video next Monday. So within 7 days, you're going to see another video where it's another challenge. So sorry for like not posting. I've been in a severe reading slump and I don't like forcing myself to get out of a reading slump if I'm in one. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one, and I'll see you guys then. Bye!